Hello, I'm Kim Solez. I am professor of pathology. I teach a course on technology and the future of medicine. And I put together this list of the 24 big challenges of humanity that could be addressed by AI, fixed by AI, helping humanity. And you may wonder how I came to do something like this. And it has to do with the LABMP classification, which I created 32 years ago. And you may also know that the University of Alberta ranks sixth in the world in transplantation. And the reason for that has to do with the literature's citations largely for the LABMP classification and the meetings that are held every 2 years. That's the reason we rank sixth. And that has engaged me then in generating worldwide consensus the past 32 years. And you can't do that without cutting edge technology. So that's where my interest in AI came from. So I'm now going to tell you a little bit more about the Bletchley Park AI safety meeting and the role that I had in preparing for the meeting. So, steps along the road to paradise engineering for the larger conception of health with AI, gene editing, and humor. Is too much health optimization dysphoric and undesirable? So, at that Bletchley Park meeting, I was really quite amazed that I was able to provide input. And what I'm seeking now is medical students with strong maternal nurturing instincts to help with the communication challenge of this work of setting the goal for the future with the co-evolution of humanity and AI. How should that work? What should we aim for? And what I argued at the time of the Bletchley Park meeting, November 1st and 2nd, was a near Star Trek world, something like the world you see on Star Trek, but with everybody included. If you were to instantly create a Star Trek world today, a lot of the people you see around you wouldn't end up on the ship, right? So we need to make a more equitable world. Yeah, I was very proud to be able to provide that future vision. It was the most robust, positive view of the AI future presented. And then I was quite amazed just a week later on November 9th when I was teaching with Rich Sutton in the Technology and Future of Medicine course that he proposed worlds even better. I was talking about a world optimized for what humans need and want with AI in charge. And he told me a much better world would be a completely automatic world with no one in charge, optimized for what humans want and need, and maybe something like a jungle or coral reef, a really robust enterprise. And then there was David Pearce. David Pearce also teaches in the course. He's a philosopher from the UK, and he talks about a world where you've completely eliminated suffering, eliminated the need for animals to kill other animals, and a bio-happiness revolution, which he has this 6-minute video on, which he's making into a 2-hour movie. And then he points out that the 1946 World Health Organization Constitution has the following statement, which very much supports his ideas about getting rid of suffering. Health is a state of complete physical, mental, and social well-being, not merely the absence of disease or infirmity. And that statement, maybe if we succeed in raising the profile, the issues I'm talking about right now, it may well be that the WHO decides to modify their constitution so it's not used as evidence in favor of such genetic manipulation, because some of that proposed change seems to me dysphoric and probably undesirable. So beyond a certain point, maybe optimizing health beyond that point is not good. Happiness is more than the absence of suffering. Where would it come from? Would not constant bliss states distract from other productive work. Yeah, I'm not sure how that gradient of bliss would work. Wouldn't it be odd to always be feeling so good when internally you knew that maybe you shouldn't be feeling so good, right? Yeah, so depictions of designs and gene-edited world and wilderness states with and without predators are just too unfamiliar to be appealing or credible. It's unclear how one would willingly enter into such a world where evolution takes place by design rather than by biological reproduction, and how one would be able to accept the loss of the pleasurable elements that are missing in such a world. Seems like clinical trials with informed consent would be required, and no one would want to be the subject in such experiments. A completely automatic, optimized world which needs supervision until finally it doesn't. Is that a utopia or apocalypse? What would be the motivation for continuing to show up and come to work and go outside in such a world, or would people just stay home and veg out? So I'll be asking the medical students working with me to decide which stepping stone in this march toward an AI future they wish to stop at for now. They just need to say, take the investigations this far and no farther for now, to this point of temporary perfection. There are many steps toward AI nirvana for humanity. The steps are not all in a straight line toward a goal. Some are side meanderings. The student doesn't have to choose the farthest step, the step in the straightest line, just a step that is practical to end on for now, and the reasons why. That's plumb easy for them and informative for us, and gives real profile then worldwide to what the medical students at the University of Alberta are helping us decide. Yeah, so that is the pitch. How about that, eh?